Good morning. I'm gonna try to start in on wiring this thing in. Try to get. It's gonna take time. I got just a few hours to work on this right now before I have to take my son to work. Oh, let's see here. How much time do I have? I got about 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna get these ones connected, and maybe try to connect these. Get the wire run up. And I'll show you kind of what my thought process is on these. Yes, I'm gonna hook those up as the strobes and parking on all of them. I can do that. At least get those things connected for now. Then maybe what I might do is work on getting these, this one here and this one here, get the parking light, brake turn, and reverse hooked up for now. So I got all those taken care of, and then I go from there. The other thing I want to check out is this plug right here. I don't know if that's backup light or what. I don't know. So I want to do that, and I might try to mount one of those boxes on the very back of the truck. But there's just so many things running through my head right now. It's kind of like a squirrel. So, all right, I'm gonna start in on this. It's quite amazing how much of a mess with tools you make just to try to run a wire. You can make quite a mess just doing this. And I probably spent I've been at this for an hour. The only thing I've gotten done was connected 2 wires and putting 3 bolts in. That's because half the stuff that I was looking for is not there. Last week when I did the work on the truck, I put tools back where they belong. Now the owner of this place does let his brother and a few other people use it, which is no big deal. If you put the tools back where they belong. Where's the tools that I need? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But right now, I've only got those 2 lights right here on this passenger side headboard wired together. So yeah, it's gonna been fun. There's no way I'm gonna get any of this wiring connected today. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get the lights done on the back of the truck. It's 1:45 right now. And that, as I said, this is all I've gotten done. Truck's running. Past hour I've been up here working on the headboard. I forgot I had it in reverse back here, checking backup lights. Oh well. Anyways, you see these 2 are connected. I got the wire tucked up here. It's sagging here a little bit. But then it's connected here, goes around. Now I drilled a hole through the headboard, right through the side post right here, to run it inside and then down. Now, I know I don't have enough wire to go from all the way down around to back in here somewheres to the back of the truck. So I'm gonna see about maybe running it up inside the frame rail here to the back. We'll see. But I'm gonna climb down and take care of all the tools. And I got an update for you on the tools. My fault on one of them. The update is this tool right here, little butane torch. Now, again, it's my fault. I'm gonna admit to it. But this goes inside the electrical drawer in the toolbox out over there. Where did I find it? In my parts box on the passenger seat in the cab of the truck. Evidently, when I was here last time, I just kind of scooped a bunch of stuff up, set it in. I said, okay, that's mine. Just grabbed it, threw it in. Well, evidently this was on a bunch of the parts and tools. So yeah, that's my fault on that. Now my thoughts on this, I might have enough, but step out here, I don't have the body prop up yet. But the wiring goes through there, through the frame rail, and then down inside this frame all the way back here. My thoughts is about running it the same way. I could take it and run it along here, but it just, there's too much road grind kicking up on the truck from the tires. That would wear into the wiring quite easily. I think if I run it inside here, I might be better off. I'm gonna bring the body down. I'm gonna put some blocks under it, some chunks of wood underneath it, and actually I got a forklift on that side. I might just sit there and put the forks underneath it, hold it, just for precaution. I mean, yeah, I got this one here too. So I got 2 forklifts here. I could hold the body up if I wanted. Well, I was wrong. It does reach all the way through there. I knocked that down because that was in my way. It comes through here. I still got some length. My thoughts are of possibly mounting those boxes like right here. But my only problem is if I do mount the boxes here, that's on the dump body frame, not the truck frame. So now, what am I gonna do from there? Is that I'm gonna run that 4-wire up here for the 4 upfitter switches that's in the cab. Then I want to put another one in there to try to clean up some of the wiring back here. It's a little bit of a nightmare. Maybe I'll have to do something, but down in here inside the frame, it seems to be all right. I'd like to put it, oh, get back here. Stop fighting. I'd like to put one like right here, but it's gonna be impossible to get to because this is my fuel tank. And I can't put it up any forward anymore because I've got all my fuel lines, the def line, plus other fuel, def, brake, and wiring up there. I don't want to run too long of wires either. The upfitter switches doesn't bother me. So I might put the upfitter up there, then I'll have to figure out something different for the truck. But I'm gonna wire tie everything, that wire, this wire right here, up along the way, so everything stays where it's supposed to. Gray wire goes through there, through that hole in the frame right there. And now you see where it comes through. It goes down through there. That was fun trying to fish the wire through. I thought I'd be smart and just kind of put the body down a little bit. I could see everything. Yeah, wrong. Anyways, right there is where the wiring comes through. Wire tied right to the factory wiring, and that's where it ends. So if I put a box right here, I've got just enough wire to go into that box and tap off. Am I gonna do it that way? I might, and it would be just for the upfitters. As far as the lights themselves, I'll have to, for the parking, turn, brake, whatever, I'll have to figure something else different. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna call it an early day. Wiring is never quick and easy. I wish it was. I mean, it took me a couple hours just to get that done, but again, as I said the first time, I was running around chasing tools, and one of them I had. So you know what? I think I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I know I just said that I was gonna call it a night and come back work on it tomorrow, so it'll be a 2-day project. It's still gonna be a 2-day project. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go home, grab the boy, get him to work, and then I'm gonna come back here and work on it some more. Try to get as much done as I can. Yeah, the plowing season's starting to come up. Are we going to have a bad one? I don't know. Nobody's going to know. If you want to know how bad the winter was, ask me in May. Ask me after this winter if it was a bad winter or not. We haven't had one in a while, but I still want to make sure I got everything done. I am taking my time getting everything secured, taken care of, sealed up, weatherproofed as much as possible. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go home, grab him, take him to work, and then I'm gonna come back here. Okay, boys to work. The last time I talked to you, I wound up getting a little rambunctious. And yeah, I kinda slightly over greased, pumped too much grease into it. My grease gun's got 2 speeds, low and high. I threw it on high and pulled the trigger, turned my head, I looked back, and that's not even half the mess I left. But it also lets me know, see how like this grease right here is all brown and nasty? At least I know I got some good fresh grease in there now. Got it there, up in the top. I had to change the grease fitting on the back of the truck, at the body. But now I'm here. I'm gonna start in on the lights and the steps. I'm gonna bring one side over to a point, and then I'm gonna bring the other side over to that point, connect them, and then run it back. I think that'd be by far the best thing to do. And I think there's a cross member right underneath the cab. I can wire tie everything up to, and then I'll run it along with some of the factory wiring. I'm trying to do this once. I don't like going back and redoing something. That's why it's taken me a while to do this stuff. Yeah. Some people are like, oh, I could do it in a few hours and stuff like that. That's great. This is my truck. I'm trying to do it where I only have to do it one time, and that's it. I'd rather do it once and be done. Again, it's a squirrel moment, but clean that glass. God, that's nasty. Now that squirrel moment's over, I've got to get going. I ran into my first real major problem tonight. These yellow connectors. I don't have enough. They're usually everywhere in this building, and I can't find any. So it's going to be probably earlier than I wanted to be. But I've got them. That one right there had to be the biggest pain to wire. I was over an hour just trying to get that one connected. Yes. I'll show you how I've run it once I get at least this end connected. I got enough to do this one side. I don't think I got enough to get the other side wired in and then brought across. But I think I might have enough of this 4-wire. This black 4-wire. I'm not sure. Oh, somebody's chicken running across the road. Well, the chicken get the other side so he didn't get eaten. This 4-wire right here. I might have enough to go this side. I'm going to bring it up and inside the frame rail down there. Bring that one over and across. And I might have enough to go from here back there. If I do, that'd be great. But I don't have enough of these. I might just stop on this, get this side done, test it, make sure everything's wired right. I don't want to have 2 on strobe and 1 on parking and 1 on strobe, 2 parking, whatever, however it falls in. It's frustrating. I could make it a lot quicker. Use these Scotch locks. But again, people will use them. All it does is cut the casing. That's all it does. Cuts the casing, touch it, makes contact with the copper. That is a nightmare. Instead of cutting it, stripping it, crimping it, and sealing it to do it the right way the first time, it makes a headache. I don't want a headache. Oh, I gotta get on the other side of the truck. I got my phone going with 80s heavy metal cranking, so I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, whoa. Ah, nice, smooth move, X-Lax. How many people say that? My father used to say that to me all the time. God rest his soul. Please understand, I'm not done. This is only temporary. But I got the back door closed, the lights shut off. This, yeah, is a little on the bright side on the side. But this is also what I was talking about for on the running board. And any drivers out there know what I say chicken lights. The bed's not all the way down because I just got the wiring hooked up temporarily. I'm gonna swap over to the strobes. Warning, flashing lights if it triggers you. But I'm gonna swap over to the strobes just to see what it looks like with at least just one side hooked up. So this is what it's gonna look like as soon as I snap the strobe lights on. You can't see me that well. I want you to pay attention to the lights on how they're all off sequence on the bottom. How I explain a lot of things with stoves is not every stove is built exactly the same. These lights could be built one behind the other, all of them, one behind the other. There's just such a minute variance, tolerance in every transistor, every capacitor, every whatever inside every electronic device inside that stove. There could be such a slight variance. Each stove could be 3 different stoves right here. Those bottom 3, how they're all flashing off, all different. I hope that kind of explains a little bit for you. It gives you a little bit of a visual. Well, let's just see what I did. I got that all done up. That one was easy, up to there. Then I run the wire behind this floor support cross member through there to there. Now this light here comes up, taps in right there. That one was the biggest pain, and one of the reasons why is I was using the blue butt connectors, which is fine for a single wire, but when I add they're real small wires. I can't show you that. I can show you in a minute. But as soon as you go add those 2 wires, it's too big. So I had to cut everything out and then redo it with yellow butt connectors. Okay, now you can see a little bit better. But yeah, I had to use these and a gator clip to get the power going on these ones. See, black is the parking light, red is the strobe, and the white is the ground. I gotta run a ground because plastics running boards. So I want to come around through here, up and over this frame, and probably have them meet up like somewhere, like right in here somewhere. Connect them. Every one of those, it doesn't. You can't see it on that one there, but every one has these heat shrink butt connectors. Then I put dielectric grease on it, heat shrink over it, electrical tape, wire loom, and then some more electrical tape. I'm doing everything I can to protect these connections. I got that side to do next. All right, day 2 of this nightmare. It's where I'm gonna put that box. And that box is gonna be for my upfitter switches. So runs these lights I got for the sander, and it'll also be the same one for the strobes. Now I have 2 open slots. What I want to do with them, I don't know yet. However, I'm gonna get that mounted. I'm gonna try to get this side wound over to that side, connected together, and then run back. I could use it on this side and run it along in here, but with that exhaust and it having the emissions in it, that burns hot, and I really don't want to have it too close to the exhaust. I might be able to, as long as I keep it right up tight against the frame. I'll debate that later. I could run this up there, then run the upfitters line up the other side. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, everything is brought together. That one there, I just gotta heat shrink it, electrical tape it, or put some liquid electrical tape on it, heat shrink it, electrical tape it, wire loom it, and then electrical tape it again. There. That's like 6-7 steps I do. That's what's been taking me so long. I want to keep everything together. But instead of going across that side, like I was thinking, I'm bringing everything up through here. It's going to come up here. It's going to run right inside the frame rail here. All the way around and back to there. I'm not going to put it down in this one here because it's just too close to the exhaust. So I'm using this one here, which is part of the dump body. And I want to put the connection right here, just in case I have to pull the dump body off. I've got a connection right here. I was going to put another box in here, but they don't make them small enough. I have to look on Amazon. They probably have them on Amazon, but I'll look it up there. Get that, because there's holes right here. Perfect to put a small box. I want a sealed box. Keep the moisture out. That's what we're going to do back there on the back side is, when I put them all together in there, I'm going to put dielectric grease in there, help keep the moisture out, keep the connections clean. I put it back there. That's not going to be that bad of a spot. Yeah, it's right between the two tires and the back of the frame, but the fuel tank is right there to protect it. It's not like it's exposed. The fuel tank's going to do a lot of protection with it. I might just, at some point in time, put a piece of rubber over it to help protect it. But right now, it should be just fine. All right, I got everything run back to that box. You see, parking lights are on right now. Again, just temporary. You see the headboard. I know it's not as good as it was last night because it's daytime. But there's that, my temporary one. Now I just got to start running the wire from back there to the cab, or vice versa. But now, all I'm going to do here is take it off of this one and connect it to that one. So now, strobe lights are going. Now, I'm going to move this block out of the way. I'll bring the body down so it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, now there's that. Everything on the sides and front is wired in. Or wired up. Got all these, that. So I'm gonna run the wire. This happens to be all I had left of that 4-wire. Cutting it close, wasn't I? Of course, I got nothing back here right now. I did wind up greasing and changing that grease fitting in last night. But now, that's what the strobes look like. Well, they're all wired, finally. Probably better off at some point in time I close the door and turn the lights off. I got all these ones done. Those two up there, this not. Now I'll show you what happens when I just flip upfitter switch number 3 on the warning, flashing lights. Well, there you go. I can get rid of that one on the top, on top of the headboard now, on top of the cab. This is what it looks like from the side. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see on the side of the truck, this side of the truck from here. And I want to show you something. Yeah, I do have, again, as I said, I have it wired into the parking lights. Shut the truck off. Parking lights are off. Now this truck here, oh, gonna make a liar out of me. Anyways, you open up the door, parking lights come on. They stay on for, I don't know, 30, 60 seconds. I think my next project, I was gonna run home, grab the boy, bring him into work, but the wife did that. I'm gonna get these ones going, I think. I should do that. Change this one here, wire these two in together, and wire those two together. Now, as I said, as far as the strobe lights, I've already got everything back here in the box. Matter of fact, I used self-tappers to get it in. There's the box right there. The only thing I gotta really worry about is running backup lights, because the strobe's already back here. So I just gotta figure out one for the backup light, to go from the backup light to these. And this one's already hooked up as well. So I gotta beat my head on that. I don't want to beat it too hard. There's not much in there. Yeah, right now, again, flashing lights. I'm going along, I'm reprogramming every one of these to random flash patterns. Is the way I want it. So people want synchronized stuff like that. I just want it random on the back. Because sometimes, and I have to say, I've done it myself. Just driving down the road and the same flash pattern that you see all the time doesn't really get your attention that much. But I figure if I have four that have 4 different flash patterns on the back of this truck, it should do it. And I'm hoping the music in the background isn't getting caught up too much on this. But again, these things have 19 different flash patterns. So actually 18, excuse me, 18 flash patterns. Because you got number 1 is random. So I'm just getting these things through it all to redo it again. I've already done this one, but I'm gonna hook it up again to see if it doesn't go back. Nope, that one took the setting. That's good. So now I'll get on the back of the truck. Well, here's what half of it looks like. Yes, I know that one down there, I need to update to an LED. And yeah, I can hook them up to the white backup lights on this. I was thinking about hooking on the reverse. But the idea of saving time right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hook them into the same ones as the sander lights. I've got the backup lights right there. And when I'm plowing, I need more light facing backwards. I'm plowing and sanding, so I think it'd be better off putting those on the switch. Same as the big ones right there. Plus, it's gonna save me a bunch of time. But man, what a nightmare this has been. And I created it on myself. Have you ever had one of those moments where a couple guys chit-chatting and stuff like that, you're gonna do something together, and you're chit-chatting and one guy says, all right, I'll come by, but no, never mind, I'll text you in the morning. Now, I'm saying this as something to have a good laugh at. I am not throwing the guy under the bus at all. We're gonna meet up to do the tires on my truck. Told me, we texted back and forth. Yeah, he said, come by tomorrow, we'll do them. Then a little while later, it says, I'll text you in the morning. Okay, so that was when I went by. And in the next clip, you see I'm on the phone with this gentleman. He's a subscriber to the channel and all that. I was waiting for his text all day, and he was waiting for me to show up. We laughed about it. How many of you have had something like that happen? Leave a comment below. Well, she's all wired, and I mean completely wired. You can see the ones on the steps here, the running headboard. I got a heck of a mess to clean up, but I got the 4 in the back finally taken care of. Now I'll show you what I did with these in the back. I come back here, I hit switch 1. That is the backup light, or basically my sanding lights. So now I've got 6 lights on the back of this for sanding. So if anybody runs into me, they're blinded. They're either gonna be blind or blinded, I should say. Now switch 1 off and switch 3 on. And that's what we got. Now I'll show you what's going on back here. And I'm on the phone with a subscriber right now. He's listening. But there. That's what the strobe lights on the back of the truck look like now. With the running board, headboard, and everything else you can see. I'm gonna take that strobe light off the cab here, probably next day or two. Right now it's like 6 o'clock. I'm gonna get out of here. I finished just in the nick of time. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.